Hello Pokemon fans, this is ProPokeNoob back today to bring you another battle. As you can see, we are bringing you a Little Cup match. This has not been on the channel for a very, very long time, and there's a couple of reasons for that. One is because I just haven't been focusing on Little Cup, and second of all, there's not many people playing Little Cup on Smogon, so definitely looking for some Little Cup battles, the same thing as Ubers, like I said a few uploads ago. Also, last week I attempted to do 7 uploads in a row, but as you can see, since this upload is 5 days after the second upload, I kind of failed at that, so I'm sorry, but I got unexpectedly busy, and then, you know, the nights are just fun. You kind of get wrapped up in the fact, you look at the time, you go 3:30 in the morning. Am I feeling like a recording? No, I feel like playing more LOL. So I don't get that, but it's just the way it worked out. Also, if you guys have not known, as of January 1st. As of July 1st, there have been tier changes, lots of them. Go check it out. The Smogon statistics were updated, and there's quite a few things, and I want you guys to leave your opinions in the comments section below, letting me know whether or not you think the tier changes are good. I think the movement of Scrafty and Mienshao is a little hasty from OU to UU. That's just my opinion. And if you guys would like to hear that, I can do a separate thing, or you guys can just talk to me on PO or Skype or stuff like that if you want to know more about why I think that's a little hasty. One thing that I do see that's impressive is Matang moving from PU to RU. That is big. And there's also a lot of reasons for that. But otherwise, fortunately, that means there's going to be a lot more stuff going on, and unfortunately, that means that my battles are going to be even more outdated, and my teams have to be revamped, including the UU priority team, which lost Mew, but, you know, it's just stuff that happens when tiers change. But anyways, this match was back from January, so it's a little old. I'm trying to remember how it worked, and I watched it, and I pretty much figured the way I did it. I make a couple of mistakes, I think, but otherwise it was a pretty good match. As you can see, Fatty's team, that's my opponent, Fatty, because Fatty in Little Cup is awesome, and he's got a lot of threats. That Mienfoo, Gligar, Mischievous, Chinchou, and Ferroseed are all enormous threats in Little Cup, and then Ponyard actually has pretty good role on a team in general, either as a support or as an offensive Pokemon. So, looking at the ways it leads, I led off with Fungus, and the reason why I think I did that is because I have both Spore and Toxic on it, and it is very bulky. Now, this was before Regenerator, so I do have Effect Spore on it, but I figured it could probably take on most of these Pokemon, just scout to see what does what, put a status on it, and then go from there. So, I'm going to lead off with Fungus, and now I will see you at the battle. So, like I said, I'm going to lead off with Fungus. He decides to actually lead off with the Chinchou once this thing starts. There we go. So he's going to decide to lead off with Chinchou. This is favorable for me, but I'm not going to go for the Giga Drain right away. I'm going to see what he's going to do. I'm just going to go straight for the Toxic, because I know he's going to want to switch out one way or another. I see he goes for Volt Switch, which tells me most likely he's Scarfed. But he sends in his Ferroseed, which is a good move because he was most likely predicting a Spore, and Ferroseed is probably the best thing to put to sleep on his team. So, Toxic's not going to work, but what he doesn't expect is I carry HP Fire just for Ferroseeds, and this Ferroseed's going to get killed with a crit. I think from past experiences that doesn't matter, but he's not going to be able to get any hazards up this game, which is fantastic. He's going to send in this Ponyard, which could be another hazard setup, but I'm just going to switch out. I don't know what it's going to do. I'm going to go into Baby Mustafa, my Nose Pass, thinking that I might be able to set up, and why is my dehumidifier going off again? It knows when I'm recording. It's okay. He's going to go for the Substitute and then the Iron Head, which is going to be a 2-hit KO. That's with, like, max defense and Eviolite, so that's a pretty powerful Pokemon. I'm just going to go for the Fire Punch just to break his sub, which was more important to me than getting my hazards up, because I do see that his team is not really weak to hazards. So he's going to take me out with a second Iron Head. Not a big deal. I'm going to be able to go into Ponyta now, threaten him out with a Flare Blitz. He's going to switch out, go into his Gligar, which is not going to take this actually surprisingly well. It's going to do just over half, but I'm not going to do any more recoil to me. I'm just going to go for the HP Ice, which I carry specifically for Gligar, and that's going to finish him off. So that's another threat gone. He's going to go with his Chinchou, though. This completely walls me, and I thought it got Drill Run, but it doesn't, so, you know, this was also back in January, but I mean, I thought it would be more useful on my team once it got Drill Run. But anyways, I'm going to go with Dratini. He's going to go for the Hydro Pump, and as you can see, it'll be a 3-hit KO, so he has to switch out, go into his Mienfoo as I go for a Dragon Dance. I should have seen this coming, but at the same time, like, I thought, okay, maybe he would have 2 Scarfers on his team, but once I see Fake Out, I'm going, well, this is bad, because why am I setting up when this Pokemon is just going to be doing a ton of damage to me? But that ends up happening as after I go for the Dragon Dance. I'm going to go for the Extreme Speed, thinking he'd be faster. I think that's another mistake. I'm thinking after +1 I'd be faster. I haven't done speed calcs or damage calcs or anything like that, so maybe I'll leave an annotation telling you guys, but I should have gone for Outrage or something like that, just in case. But now I'm going to go into my Scarf Machop, Dan the Man, and here I predict him to go into Mr. Vis, predicting my Dynamic Punch, but then I also realized that he doesn't know that I'm Scarfed. So he's going to go for the U-turn now knowing that I'm Scarfed. And he's going to be able to go into his Pawniard very safely, which puts me in a horrible, horrible position, because now I have to switch out, go back into my Foongus to threaten him out with HP Fire, but I do know he's going to go for the substitute. So at this point I am in a pretty bad position, just because I know this thing does a lot of damage, and after seeing this Iron Head go off, it is going to be a 2-hit KO. So kind of a bad thing, but luckily for me the Effect Spore activates, and that will be the last time Effect Spore ever activates for me, because now it has Regenerator, and I'm going to go for the HP Fire, and luckily for me I can move faster while I'm being called. That sucks. Anyways, I'll call her back. I'm just going to go for the HP Fire, and but it's not going to be enough damage, and he's going to be able to take me out with a second Iron Head, so that's a bad thing. But now I'm going to be able to switch into my Ponyta. I'm just going to go straight for the Flare Blitz. I wasn't sure if HP Ice would take it out. And he had, obviously, Sucker Punch, because he's, as you saw, he tried to move first there. But he gets Parahacks, which is nice. And I'm just going to be able to take him out with the Flare Blitz. Now, his last two Pokemon, or his last three Pokemon are the Mr. Vis, the Chinchou, and the Mienfoo. So I know the Chinchou was going to come in. So I'm just going to go for the Quick Attack, just to get some damage off on this Pokemon. And he's just going to go ahead and take me out with a Hydro Pump. And that call really threw me off, because I know it's my girlfriend, and I'm supposed to pick that up. That's okay. Now what I'm going to do, though, is switch into my Drifloon. I figured if I can get hit, get the Oran Berry off, set up a sub, I will not only have double the speed, but I'll also be behind a sub safely. That's exactly what happens. The Hydro Pump knocks me down, gets me my Oran Berry boost, which is going to give me the Unburden boost, and a substitute, which is going to put me in a position where I will be faster, try and take it out with the Shadow Ball. It's going to be a 2-hit KO, which is going to allow him to break my sub. Now here I could have kept going for substitute, hoping for a miss, like 2 more misses, or 2 more chances at a miss. But I didn't, I just went straight for the Shadow Ball. I guess I was just too much focused on taking this thing out. But the substitute would have been really nice, because then when Mr. Vis came in, as you can see, it will be a 2-hit KO after I go for 1 Shadow Ball. So I might have been safer, and this could have changed the battle a little bit. But he's going to take me out with a Shadow Ball nonetheless. And then my last Pokemon is my Scarf Machop. And the only thing that I can do to hit both these Pokemon safely is go for Ice Punch. So Ice Punch will be my choice for this, and as you will see, I'm going to punch the Mr. Vis and freeze its face, which makes this battle just even more epic. But it's not really going to matter in the end, because as you are about to see, I'm going to take this thing out. But I know Mienfoo is not Scarfed. It's going to be able to come in, go for a Fake Out, followed by a Drain Punch. So that was an excellent match. Actually, if I frozen, that would have been even cooler. But that was an excellent match nonetheless. Fatty, comment, rate, and subscribe, everyone. I hope you enjoyed this battle. I hope to get more Little Cup going, especially now that I'm going to check the tiers again, and hopefully some Pokemon have been taken out of Little Cup. I think some of these guys have. I can't remember. It's been a long time, but definitely going to try and get some more of these. If you guys are like me and looking for Little Cup battles, but no one wants to give you the love, I will give you the love, give you a Little Cup match. I did fix up a team, so definitely willing to do that. But thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. The next upload that will be coming up, hopefully tomorrow, will be an educational one, so stay tuned for that. But until then, everyone, have an excellent day. Peace.